All right, folks. Welcome back to Beale Street Bottle Club. I am not feeling too well this evening. I'm going to keep this kind of brief. I almost did not come tonight, and a wise man once said, it's always better to almost not come than to almost come. I think I'm going to be sick every time I come here. By the way, that wise man is me, so I just said it. If you didn't hear me say it, or you heard me say it and you've already forgotten, you probably want to get some help if you have a very short attention span or a very short memory. Anyway, hey, I'm not feeling too great. Speaking of being sick, I just got back from Vegas on Monday night. Wow. I was feeling proud of myself. I hadn't had a hangover in a long, long time. I was starting to feel like I was impervious to it, like I was never going to have another hangover in my whole life. And I was confident that I would go to Las Vegas and punch it in the face and kick its ass, and everything would all be good. And it didn't quite end up that way. Didn't quite work out. As a matter of fact, right now I'm a little fearful of beer and any other drinks that I see around me right now. I look at a beer can and it's almost like one of those party favors where you open up the can and the snakes spring out at you, you know. Only I don't see it as the springy snakes. I think right now it's like there's two live rattlesnakes in there, like right in the neck, and you know I'll be dead in seconds. So I'm really afraid of them. You probably saw my eyes like going like this. Please don't offer me a drink, please. No. But Vegas was good. Except for one thing. While I was out there, everybody knows here I'm pretty aggressive and I try to start fights all the time. I'm always an angry person. Yeah, I'm always in people's faces, never laughing, never having a good time. But I managed to really piss somebody off. And here's how I did it. I started out by complimenting their shirt when they came in, and I was being completely honest. The guy was wearing a Troy Polamalu jersey, and I love the Steelers. And when he came in, I was like, "Hey man, nice shirt." You know, I'm paying him his props. And so it starts out well. Later on in the evening, probably about 17, 18 drinks later, the guy reaches out, he holds out a Jell-O shot to me, and as I'm reaching for it, he pulls it back like this. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Now think about this. The only time in your life where you're going to be insulted by somebody taking away a little thimble of liquid from you is when you're so drunk. Like if I handed you a Coke right now, you'd be, and then pulled it back, you'd go, "That's it, I want to fight you now." It just wouldn't happen. It just doesn't happen that way. But sure enough, he got really angry because I said, "What the fuck?" after he pulled his drink back, and then that went from there. Well, while the tit for tat is going on, it's just me and him back and forth for a little bit. Nothing was going to come of that. His little short buddy friend in a Chargers t-shirt just cold cocks me with a beer bottle right over the top of the head. True story. I've got the gash on my head to prove it. Now, at the time, you see this badge I'm wearing on my shirt. It says, Dos Equis, League of Most Interesting. Okay? Is everybody familiar with the Dos Equis commercial, the world's most interesting man? The guy that goes around the world and does all kinds of crazy shit? I felt pretty cool wearing this, and then I got a beer bottle smashed over my head and bled all over it. I'm like, damn, now I am most interesting. Well, now I was out there with a few friends of mine, and now the blood is just pouring down my face. I'm covered in blood. And one of my best friends, Andy, he gave me some of the... First of all, he said, "Let's get out of here. Come on, we're leaving right now." Like we did something wrong. We're going to run right out of the place. He gave me some of the best medical advice anybody has ever given me as the blood was covering my face and running down. As we're walking out of the club, he says, "Hey, wipe your face, bro. Wipe your face. Wipe your face, bro." All the way like to the bathroom, he's telling me, "Wipe your face, bro." And so I wipe it, and my hand is just covered in blood. I'm like, yeah, that really helped. And it's just pouring down my shirt. Now, if anybody remembers a few comedy nights ago, I had a shirt I like to call Blue Diamond Phillips. It has the blue Argyle pattern all over the front. That's the shirt that I was wearing at the time, so I had to retire a friend. That shirt is no longer with me. It looked like I murdered somebody in it, so it's gone. Nobody said "oh" about the part where I got the bottle smashed over my head. "Oh, he got blood on his good shirt. Oh." I appreciate that. That's really thoughtful of everybody. So that shirt's gone, but on my way back, we get on the airplane, and every comedian has some jokes about seatbelts and how simple it is to fasten seatbelts, and the fact that the flight attendants still are teaching us how to do the seatbelt. I'm pretty sure that at this point you could bring George Washington back from the dead, sit him down in an airplane seat, and if somebody told him fasten your seatbelt, he'd go, and he'd figure it out, you know. Yet for some reason we're still telling people how to do this. So I think it's because the airlines simply refuse to accept it, that it's just silly. You know, people make fun of it and they're like, no, we're going to keep telling people. I don't care how silly it is, we're going to keep telling them. Now what I think that they should do is, and I'd like to do this myself, I'd like to pose as a flight attendant, and just to see who's paying attention to the briefing, I would like to instruct the folks on the plane, okay, what we're going to do is we're just going to lay one part of the seatbelt down on the other part of the seatbelt. We're not going to fasten it this time. It's safer this way, trust me. Somewhere on this plane there's some exits. You're going to find them. But you know what? There's going to be chairs piled up and everything. I'd also like to have the pilots have a conversation audible for the whole, you know, everybody in their seats. That goes a little something like, do you even know where Cleveland is? I don't know how to get there, and I can't read maps. So, and what's this button do? I'm not sure what this button does. But that's about all I've got for tonight. Like I said, I'm not feeling too great, so I'm going to cut it short right there. And I'm going to go ahead and, unless I hear any opposition, I was going to introduce my fellow comedian, Sarah Bogart.